So I feel fantastic in all aspects. Um, Physically, I've been getting after it. Uh, Man, I've been getting after it. Focusing on the little things, right? Getting everything in order. Mentally, it's been I'm rock solid again. All the doubt and all the questioning, and you know, kind of doubting myself and making myself like, oh, being like, what have you done for me lately towards
Right.
myself? And that's not cool. You don't do that to
Yeah.
yourself. I've had an incredible journey, and it's forged me to be who I am today. Um, and I need to respect that. Not just the world, but I need to respect that myself.
Yeah.
And I've come to that. I no longer worry about confidence because I have conviction. And my conviction comes from all the hard work I've done. Working in the dark, working in the hot, working in the cold. Knowing that no matter what, I have the skills necessary to do to beat the best fighter in the world. Um, and I just gotta go out and do it. I gotta remember my small keys to success and fight my fight.
Dominic, was there a time where you ever thought that this day might not come, that you might be done fighting? And obviously, if that was the case, you had accomplished amazing things in your career. But did you wonder that or did you think that you might never fight again?
The only time that crossed my mind is when I got deep vein thrombosis, um, blood clots, and I was like, you're kind of on a day to day thing where if you wake up today, you good. If not, you're dead. So that was probably one of the biggest moments where I was like, ah, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fight again, man. Like, I can't even stand up for more than a minute without excruciating pain. So to get through that has really made me grateful for every single day, man. Every time I wake up, I'm like, heck yeah, man, it's gonna be a great day. It's a great opportunity to be great. Like
Yeah.
be having a good day is a choice. Feeling good is a choice. And I have that choice every time I wake up. I don't take anything for granted anymore. I don't walk around and, you know, oh, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we don't know if it's going to come. How about we make today, the best we could make it? And that's how I've been living my life, and it feels good, man. I have really good people around me. I recently got engaged. Um,
Congratulations.
thank you so
Amazing.
much. And my family's healthy. Everybody's doing well. Whether whatever happens, Saturday night, I still have the love of my family. I have great friends. Um, I love to ride dirt bikes, so my dirt bike's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's it's all good. This is just what I do, not who I am,
Yeah.
and I'm extremely good at what I do when I when I believe in who I am. So it's all good, man.
What would how would you best describe what happened, Dominic? Because I know a lot of people thought after that John fight that you were the world champion. They thought you beat John that night, and obviously, barring the one loss that he has on his career, it's something that hasn't happened. So, uh, how would you describe what happened? Was it a crisis in confidence? What would you say happened? To win 12 fights and obviously then to have a few losses there in a row.
Well, a big part of it is I lost my way. I began questioning everything. Once you once you bring doubt in this game, you can't be successful. If you're doubting anything, you can't be successful. I was doubting. I changed camps completely for the next fight. I was like, oh, I should have knocked him out. I should have done more. So I went to a completely different team. I was like, and I try to rebuild myself instead of refining myself. And that's good. You can't just go to a new team and expect to be successful
Right.
on the highest level. And then the following fight, it was like, I have something to prove to the world. I'm
Yeah.
I'm fucking tough, and I could go out there and slug it down with anyone. And literally, my thought going into that fight was, I want to bleed. Like, what, dude? You want
Really?
to bleed? Like, what's wrong with you, man? And that was my whole thought. Like,
Wow.
I'm here to bleed. Like, whoa, dude. Like, you should,
Right.
you probably shouldn't be thinking that way, right?
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, it led to an instant classic, and I did
Yeah.
bleed, and it
Yeah.
was it was what I asked for, and be careful what you ask for at times, right?
Yeah.
So it's honestly just been a growing experience for me. And then the following fight, the last fight against Span, it was like, oh man, uh, lacking, I'm lacking this, I'm lacking that. I'm gonna go try to join this team in Connecticut, So I tried to join Alex Pereira and Glover's team,
Yeah.
and I was over there training with them. Like, dude, you're gonna join a team and try to work on yourself and grow, and these dudes don't even know you. Like,
Right.
how on earth can you get better? Like,
Right.
all you're gonna do is mess yourself up even
Right.
more. So it was me constantly searching for something that I already had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and it's just been growing pains in front of the whole world though. Like a lot of people lose 3, 4 fights before they get in the UFC, and they could kind of address these issues and fix it, right?
Right.
For me, I'm making these mistakes in front of the whole world on the highest
And the
stage with
main events, and
yeah, with all these expectations on me,
yeah.
right?
And you're
So
also fighting the literal, and you are one of the
literally the
the
best,
best.
right?
Right. It's not like
Exactly.
you're fighting
So,
some unranked guys who, by the way, are still UFC fighters, but you're fighting, top 5 ranked guys.
exactly. And that's what led to what it led to, because you can't have those chinks in your armor. You can't have those mistakes at this level. You can't get away with it at this level, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be exposed immediately if you're not there mentally, physically, whatever. And that's what it was. It was me just growing pains and making mistakes within my own head, within my own spirit, not
Yeah.
trusting who I am and what I did, and discounting myself instead of, nah, man, the sword's got to get fucking beat up to get sharp, right? You got to forge it.
That's right.
And I wasn't seeing it that way. I was looking for who I was instead of who I am, right?
Yeah. And it seems like now all of whatever lack of confidence or the errors in strategy, it seems like that's all been straightened out now. I mean, you seem to be in a great place, Dom.
100%, 100%. And it all starts with just being grateful, man. Being grateful for those around me, and not. I was also discounting my own team, right? Yeah, like the people who got me to where I was at. They're not good enough all of a sudden. Like what? They're not world class fighters. I need to be at a big gym with
Right.
this guy and doing this. And no, man, it's a personal journey. You don't have to be doing whatever. If these guys know you and they know your quirks and they could make you better, whether they're pro fighters or they have this record or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're here for you, and I it was up to me to respect that, and I wasn't respecting it. And now I'm just grateful and happy for everybody in my life and everything that's going on. I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm made out of. I know my abilities, and I don't question it. I don't question it at all. I'm like, hey, I'm a fucking badass, man.
Yeah.
But it's who I am. Like fighting isn't who I am. It's part of me, but it's
Right.
not exactly who I am. And I've been able to separate that. And yeah, man, I feel unstoppable right now. There's not. It's gonna be hard to beat me going forward. It's gonna be real hard to beat me.
Dominic, and this country loves a comeback story. And have you thought about what it'll feel like on Saturday when you have your hand raised? And I've got to imagine it would be one of the most satisfying moments of your career, as many big fights as you've won, to go through what you've been through and then to come back and come out on the other side.
100%. I mean, just like I'm a professional athlete. I visualize this fight, from the beginning to the end, multiple times, hundreds of times, maybe thousands of times. I don't know, and it always feels so good. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited to have my hand raised. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna go on, but I know my hand's gonna be raised, and it's gonna be relief. It's gonna be excitement. It's gonna be everything, man. I'm gonna winning in the UFC and getting your hand raised, whether it's off losses or to continue a winning streak or whatever is. Oh, it's the best feeling in the world, man.